the professional.
Just saying.
And let's talk about professionals over here. We got my buddy X on the line from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Well, then why are we talking about professionals?
You are the most professional person that I know, sir.
You need better friends then.
I know. I say this every year, but it never happens. I wish I had 11-11 every day, and then I have better friends. God just doesn't have a. God just has a blind spot for me. So how are we doing tonight, my brother?
Man, a little tired, but I'm doing well. How about you?
I am fan-freaking-tastic, good sir.
As per usual, I would expect no other.
Yes. Yes. So we've been playing. I opened this particular show with your excess songs.
Right.
Loves me not. So what was going through your mind when you wrote that particular song?
Okay, so that song I wrote forever and a day ago. This is gonna date me. It's probably that song was probably recorded in 2007 about a girl I had a crush on in 2002. So yeah, it goes way back, and I really liked her because I was stupid. And,
Oh.
yeah, because when you like girls when you're teenagers, man, you're just not that smart. And
My taste of a teenager was not very good either.
yeah. So I ended up writing that song about her and recording it, and I don't think she may have got to hear it once. I don't know, but funny enough though, as much of a waste of liking her as it was, that song actually when I wrote it, a kid was listening to it. He was way younger than me, but he said it helped him get through like a year of like high school or something because he was dealing with his own female troubles. So I was making a positive impact long ago on the impressionable youth of America.
Yeah, there you go, man. Way to turn a frown upside down, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And I think that's the most important thing is the power of music that a lot of people forget about, you know?
Oh, I know, especially in this day and age. I don't know what's wrong with people, why there's not more inspiring music out there, or at least stuff that you can like deeply relate to, in order to emotionally like delve into and process everything.
We didn't know the oldies was the end of the good music.
Yeah.
Like, oldies was the end of the good music.
It's
Yep.
interesting because, you know, poetry is your forte in a lot of ways. And I can tell that, you know, you definitely started as a poet because of the way that you structured things. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got started. I wanted to be like into creative writing and everything, and then I wanted to be like a metal vocalist. And then I found Insane Clown Posse, and everything went down from hill from there. So
See, I found Twisted in the trailer park, so I'm right there with you.
right, yeah, it was actually it was Jamie Madrox through ICP. I found Twisted, and it was Jamie Madrox's style that really inspired me to want to write. And when I got to play a couple of the Most Tasteless tour dates with me and my buddy Matt Mars there, I got to tell him that, and he was really appreciative of that fact. So.
See, I got to see him at Warped Tour, and I got to tell him, and I got to kind of like low-key jokingly say thank you for making me cry with that song "Afraid of Me" that you guys wrote.
Right. Oh no, dude! I have a similar one because when I told Jamie, you know, you inspired me to rap, I told Monoxide at the same time. Since we're on the love song tip, I went through a divorce here a couple of years ago, and that Monoxide's verse on "Long Road Home" was something I would play on repeat because it was something I related to so much, and like a little different nuances of it, and made me cry a lot because I had feelings for some reason. And I got to tell him that and say, you know, thank you and everything.
Those pesky feelings, man.
And then Big Dustin, he like bear hugged me from behind, and we all had a hug session. It was really sweet and weird.
My experience is a little different. I told them at Warped Tour, you know, how afraid of me made me feel.
Right.
And, you know, Adrops is really something he's like, you know, that's awesome, thanks. Monoxide, however, Monoxide said, you probably shouldn't say that.
His name is Monoxide.
Because, that Draco's kind of dude. Come on, like he's telling us some real shit, So it was cool.
Yeah.
It was funny, like they had this one guy taking selfies for all of them in that big ass line. They had to do that city to city. Imagine being that guy. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I would take 3 photos every time. That's real shit. That's something that a lot of other labels don't think of.
No, yeah, that's one thing M&E is doing really well is they're trying to give back to the fans and make everything like a worthwhile experience for them, and I do appreciate that greatly.
Definitely, and I think that's another interesting thing is you've been on the Juggalo and horrorcore circuit for quite some time, whether you're doing artwork or you're rapping,
Mm-hmm.
just doing all kinds of stuff. Maybe that people don't even know what you're doing, but you're doing it.
Yeah, I've been around for a little while, just a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Some things that some people might know, some of my work from is doing work for SKR back in like 2007, 2008. A lot of their album covers and stuff like that. But my graphic art, all that stuff, it predates to about 2005 when I was working with a local group called the Hectic Killers. And see, I didn't even know how to do flyers back then, but I really liked their stuff, and I wanted to like work with them and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, I can make flyers. I didn't know how to do it. I fronted to him, totally lied to his face.
Like you fill a need that needs to be filled. You see the need to be fulfilled, so you adapt.
Yeah, but
That's how I got it.
I got it.
For sure.
Was like
I think definitely filling that void is an important step.
yeah. And from there, like it was originally like flyers of just like a picture of Hannibal Lecter with really basic, Comic Sans like text over it. And then I would just get better and better over time, just doing all the work for him, like to where I was doing stuff for like SKR, and then Project Born when they came out with Born Dead 2, I did some of their graphics, and that was like on the side of their trailer for their tour and everything.
I want to talk about a fun little fact of crossing streams in the SKR days.
Uh-oh, what?
Remember Mechanics' Doctrines of the Damned, I think it was volume 1, where he had the G.G. Allen insert?
And was that the one he did the cover on?
Yeah, I think that was the one. I did that tray insert for him as a fan picture, and I never got credit for it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I used to have that CD forever. Like, I was addicted to that CD. Like,
It's very good in retrospect, when you think about these things.
yeah.
But, I think the best part about those days is just being able to meet so many people like you, and, just a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, no, and like travel the country and hang out in all these different areas and like see how bad Dallas traffic really is. That was just awful, but Michigan was so much better, even though they have more potholes than I don't know what to do with.
More pothole suckers.
Yeah, that was terrible. But the Mod X, dude, I went on like a couple weeks ago. I went on to Google Earth and I found the Mod X and was just like looking at it, reminiscing about those days, like when we went to the shows.
They reopened it, okay?
No, they closed it down like years ago. If they reopened it, I would be shocked. But
I'm pretty sure they reopened at one point. I don't know if it stayed open or not.
right,
I always looked at the Modern Exchange like the business that I always would have wanted,
yes. Oh my gosh, that was the coolest venue.
Because you just walk through the fucking door and you get to the back.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you walk into a regular store, and then in the back is this kick-ass music venue that even has like a green
Right.
room.
Yeah, you would never suspect the venue being so big and so nice as it is, and then having like a really cool green room in the back where Bloodshot tried to hit you with a chair or something.
Yeah, that's one of the most legendary pictures that they've been taking because I just look like such a little girl trying to dodge a metal chair.
Yep.
And that's one of my best memories. And then I also ended up on the SKR Volume 2 DVD
Right.
with Book of Shadows where I drew a picture of Tom Creed. And they also have some of my language in there, that some of my cult fun stuff. And then I also took video while stage that ended up in there as well.
Right.
And I got the crowd shot for Bloodshot and Concrete when they were doing, what was it? Their songs where they were, I think it was like Mosh or something, or Fight, that's what it was.
Right.
And that ended up on there, and I was like, wow, I ended up here like 3 times. Cool.
Wow, yeah.
Didn't see my face at all until my work. It's strange how stuff like that works, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. So tell me about this new direction that you're going, and what made you drop from XS to X?
Okay, so how do I even start? So I man, where do you even go? Well, I'll give you the really short, truncated version. I started slowly getting back into music towards the end of my marriage, but I didn't know it was going to be the end of my marriage. But slowly getting back into it, kind of wanted to do stuff again. And then
So you can get back into music.
yeah, and then everything kind of fell apart, and I got my divorce, but I kept like playing a couple shows. Like I said, played 2 dates with Twisted on the Most Tasteless tour, and I felt like the Orlando date was going to be the last date. Like everything that it was that I had to say and do for the XS stuff, which is storied and goes back forever, it was time to like quit. But somewhere deep inside, like I knew I wasn't done. It reminds me of that Rocky movie when he was like, "I still got stuff in the basement." So I just felt like I'm gonna do music again, and I had the idea to do X, but I didn't really want to commit to it. I'll explain what that kind of is in a second. But I was trying to like write here recently some XS tracks, and they were coming out okay. I knew I didn't want to be done. Maybe I was just in an emotionally confused place because of my divorce. But I didn't want to be done. But the words weren't coming out, and so I was kind of being hip to like some of this newer like trap metal stuff that I just discovered. I don't pay attention to anything, but I just kind of heard about this stuff, and I thought some of the beats were neat, some of the screaming and all that. And I was like, well, I'll make a song just goofing off and make a trap metal song just to mess with it. And I couldn't find the right words to do that either, but I just decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to go for it and say what I've always kind of wanted to say about some things. And that's when I wrote Death Mask, and I knew, like, that was it. That's the moment that it clicked. It was like, okay, that X thing I was thinking about, that's when this is it. No, I'm going to do that. And so, like, I'm fully committing into doing this X project in a slightly new direction from what I was previously doing. And it's I've got a definite plan in mind. I almost feel like it goes back to the Bury the Mainstream days when I was a little bit more focused and a little bit more motivated. But this time around, I'm just really old and trying not to get as fat. So.
That's always my New Year's resolution: get less fat.
Get less fat. Yeah, no, I've been doing keto so I can like jump around on stage like I used to.
Those are always the goals every year.
Yes.
You know, try to be nicer to myself, get less fat, try real hard not to kill anybody.
Yes. Oh, the try not to hard kill anybody thing, that's a daily struggle. That's like hourly, every 15 minutes, trying not to murder people.
It's like, I mean, you got that Lucille back too, so that's
Oh my, yes, she's my darling. I love her to death.
Yeah, talk about your fascination with Negan.
Okay, so Negan, it's funny. I really like the character, but it's not for what a lot of people think. It actually ties into I mean, outside of the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan kills the role, he's amazing. But if you know the backstory of Negan, you know that he wasn't that great of a husband to his wife, and that he deals with a lot of like crap from that, and he's trying to find his way through the world and survive the apocalypse. Well, the same thing was for me. I did not end up being the best husband, and I knew I was a piece of crap, and she did deserve better. And I kind of related to that in a way, and just other little things here and there about Negan's character that I really enjoy. But outside of that, he had a really cool murder weapon named after a girl. I mean, come on.
Right?
So I had to make one.
And I think, you know, it takes a lot of guts to say what you just said, you know?
What, that I'm a piece of crap?
No, that, you fell short in the marriage, you felt like she deserved better, and you walked away. I think that takes a lot of courage to realize, because people say stay in loveless marriages all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, me myself, I'm the kind of piece of shit that talks to married girls, so I got that kind of background knowledge of it all.
Right.
There's plenty of married women that never walk away from their husbands until they lay hands on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucked up part for me. Is it's just like there's so many women who are, kind of trapped in these marriages.
Right.
But they feel like the man has to initiate some kind of horrible reason,
Yeah.
Or, it's just this game of cat and mouse a lot of times to air out the grievances between them,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, talking from somebody who's never been married, but I have been engaged 3 times.
You've been engaged 3 times?
Yeah, I got engaged 3 times by the time I was 23. I was engaged 3 times already.
Oh, goodness.
Do that really count, though?
Yeah, no, prior engagements count. I've been engaged before, long before my ex-wife, so.
Okay. I mean, I've never been married either.
Yeah. It's very taxing in a weird way, the engagement part of it. You think of these elaborate things that you want your wedding to be. I mean, if my first wedding ever went through, that would have been the weirdest wedding ever. Because her side of the family was, like, all straight up racist. It would have been a potluck Irish dinner with my super, suburban Jewish parents.
Right.
Wondering what the fuck they're doing in Allentown, staring at the Y2K firewood, and just wondering where my life went.
Right.
What did we do? Boy.
I mean, that would have been the worst. Like, and then, my ex's sister, the X Factor and all the weirdness of it, loving 50 Cent, would have stood there in, her FUBU and her everything, just chilling there, like wondering what the hell was going on. That would have been just the best. That would have been probably one of the best, most amazingly weird things ever.
Right.
But so that would have been so strange. Everybody bringing their own dishes and everything to a wedding. Like I don't understand how I ever thought that was gonna play out at like 18 years old.
Well, my wedding was potluck, actually. It wasn't that bad. There was like fried chicken and cupcakes everywhere. It was awesome. Except for when you had to like eat it for the next week because they all sent it home with you.
Yeah. It was crazy because the girl that I was with was on, I think she was trying to do the Atkins diet because that was the big thing at that time.
Right.
We had to eat an entire pack of bacon.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like heaven.
It was pretty intense. And then I tried to eat the bacon and she'd be like, no, this is mine. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Right then is when I started knowing that this was going to be a problem.
So we got
not all the trauma that, preceded that and proceeded that. So that was the marker for me. This ain't going to work, fam. But, I've been in some very intense relationships. I'm actually going over all 3 of my engagements last night with a friend over the phone, and it was kind of cathartic to talk about how weird everything was.
Mm-hmm.
The second engagement was a complete and utter, like, fluke. Because I have bipolar disorder, and at that point in time, I always gave away stuff, like, frequently, just for no reason. Like, literally no reason. Just sentimental garbage that I had laying around, whether it was jewelry or whatever, but I spoiled this girl that I was talking to. Like, I wrote her, like, an entire book of poetry, had, like, slapped together Photoshop stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I made her an entire binder of poetry. It was crazy. I've never done that since for anybody. But, so I sent her this pentagram thing. She was coming out to visit me after I visited her a couple times. So she and her family flew out to New York City. We meet in Times Square at this pretty nice restaurant that had, like, the thickest cut bacon I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't like my bacon.
It was amazing. It was probably, like, the most amazing bacon I've ever had in my life. It was crazy. But, so she lost this ring, and me being the gentleman I am, went to go find another ring that was similar. But the place that I bought it from wasn't open anymore. So I just went to a thrift store, I guess 20-something-year-old me would do at that point. I got her a pretty nice gold and ruby ring, and the fit was right on my pinky, so I knew it was been a ring finger, and I didn't think about it. I thought it was just a replacement for that particular ring. I didn't think anything at all.
She said, "What this shit?"
So
I cannot get jiggy with this shit.
I cannot get jiggy.
I'm very close at my folks, and I'm like, hey baby, I got something for you. Let's go outside. So we go outside, and it's Times Square. Let me preface it with that. It's Times Square, New York. New York City, top, capital of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we go outside, and I get the ring out of my pocket. I don't think this is going anywhere else that I'm replacing her ring and just surprising her with a gift. No, it doesn't happen that way. The entire crowd starts clapping. Like this I'm not even joking. It felt like my life was like a movie at that point.
Right.
They assumed that I was proposing, and I just went with it.
You just went with it.
I'm glad you bust the fuck out laughing. Oh hell no.
Like Romantic Tours of New York was there with this double-decker bus park.
Hell
like
no.
you trying to sell us on this whole Romantic Tours of New York thing.
Hell no.
And then we go back inside after all the clapping and everything else, finish up dinner, and she tells her folks, who love me to death, by the way, which has never happened to me before, having both mom and dad on my side. And she's like, yeah, I'm engaged now. And then she told me she hates the ring. So she hates gold apparently, so she's gonna take it home and spray paint it silver.
What?
So that was the first page turned back. And she was a senior in high school at that time, and I was, I think, a fresh like maybe 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
So she got busy with finals, and quote unquote had to make time for me after like 2 weeks of not picking up my calls, and so that was the shit.
Because your friends was like, that's the ring he gave you?
So that was that relationship, and then I threw everything out from her. I tend to do that a lot. I noticed that.
Stay engaged,
I burn stuff. I throw things out. Are you romantic like that? Like, are you the kind of person when you cut something off, like you gotta have catharsis from it?
It's like I need to just throw stuff away after a relationship.
What's your process after something like that?
So a lot of like my girlfriends prior to my wife, it was all a little different. Some of them were like crazy, and I'm like, just leave, and the cops came and got them or something. No, literally, I did date one girl. Like her parents physically had to drag her out of the house, and like I've had to call the cops on her before. But I will say for my divorce and my marriage, I waited a long time to get rid of our stuff. Well after the fact, and I did end up throwing away every single thing that we had of our life together, and that was really releasing, but it was also really, really tough. It was really hard. And even then, getting rid of everything still didn't do it. That like there was still a lot of junk inside, and I did eventually find peace over that. Here, late last year, I did finally, and I'm okay. But yeah, I have to like get rid of stuff. Although sometimes I don't, just because I was a lazy hoarder until I learned to just try to be as minimalist as possible and just not have stuff.
Yeah, I figured it. It's weird because like with my third ex-fiance, stuff wasn't as rigid and strange.
Mm-hmm.
Because we talk on and off sometimes. It's just at that point in my life, I was a complete loser and didn't have a license, car, or job.
That's why husband material.
That was not a good husband moment. But I did learn from my second relationship to get silver instead of gold. Yeah, it was funny. Actually, fun fact, I actually bought her the ring with, remember my Coke Rewards?
Right.
So, sometimes they have this little, like, spin the wheel thing, and they give you, like, a free gift card, like a free Visa gift card.
Right.
For, like, I think it was, like, 50 or 60 bucks. So, yeah, I used that, and I bought her a ring through some website. And I also bought, like, a couple satanic books and, like, a bunch of other weird shit. So
The king will come.
that was that. But yeah, so there was that moment in my life, and when I look back on these funny, strange stories, I think to myself like, wow, I made some really weird decisions, huh?
Right. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I was engaged prior to my wife. I was engaged to this other girl years before, and you know how girls will be like, "I don't care. Our love will last forever. I'll even take a ring from like a gumball machine." I actually got this girl a ring from a gumball machine. It took like $2 in quarters to finally get the ring, but I did. And, and then I did propose to her, and then she did wear the ring. And we ended up separating over reasons, but yeah, no, I got her a little gumball machine
So the
ring.
ring has something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose to believe that.
It was all Ray's fault.
Yeah, blame the ring. One ring to rule them all.
That $2 candy machine ring.
Yeah, $2 in quarters.
Hey, you took her to the candy shop, and she didn't like the lollipop.
You put that theory to the test.
Yeah.
We're going to test this theory out.
The theory is put to the test. Yeah, hypothesis failed.
Yeah. No, like I said, we separated for our own reasons, but she did think the ring was sweet, and I thought that was pretty cool. The token, the symbol of our love, so to speak, was it didn't have to be like super fancy and expensive, which was good because I was broke at the time.
Dude, I always find it interesting when couples get together in their worst moments, you know?
Right.
I think that's a good measure to see, you know, if you get engaged when you're going through hell. I think that's kind of a better move than getting married when you're going through it.
Yeah.
Like when you see the other side of it, you know, I think that's the better time to commit, you know?
Mhm.
But I never saw the other side of it, so there's that. And
Don't get married.
yeah,
That's my advice.
I think the moral of this story for me is that
Don't get
I'm
engaged.
not married for a reason, basically.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been with my old lady for 4,000 years.
4,000 years.
I've been with my old lady for, me and my old lady, I'm just going to put 20 on it.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say 20. But yeah, I've been with my old lady for a couple decades.
right.
We get married. You know, you gonna fuck up a good thing? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Those are wise words.
I'm just saying.
Sage advice.
Listen
from
if you
Dr.
will.
Jones.
Listen if you will.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
If it
it.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
And also sage words from X.
Exactly.
Do not buy your ring from a candy machine.
Yeah, no gumball machines.
Unless you're gonna appreciate it. Unless you're gonna appreciate it.
Right.
And make sure when you get engaged the next time that you're aware that she has like certain metal allergies and it's not gonna like break her out on her ring finger. That happened the next time. I got it.
You know what? I think for my next engagement, I'll go with stainless steel.
Right.
There you go.
Nobody's allergic to stainless steel, but if they can play, well,
We get another down
that's their problem.
Yeah. No, you were thinking of them. You didn't want to have allergic reactions and having to take them to the hospital. So.
You're stainless steel material, my man. You sharp ball. You sharp as the dick.
There you go.
Yeah. I like that. Sharp as the dick.
Shark is the dickens. She gonna hear that shit.
Yes. But enough waxing poetic about our horrible failed relationships.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
Are there any other kind?
Draco Phil. Dr. Draco.
We're on super sad boy side tonight.
Dr. Draco. I told you it was Halloween. Valentine.
Hey, this could be Halloween.
Yeah, this
like Halloween 4 or something.
Straight up.
I mean, we could make, Christmas Halloween 2, New Year's Halloween 3,
I'm saying we just blew
and now
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day Halloween number 4.
We blew Valentine's Day for a lot of
It's
people.
fine. Figure it out.
I'm saying. Let's do it.
So what do you think about these Hallmark holidays?
I don't celebrate holidays, so they don't mean anything to me.
There you go.
I don't even celebrate my own birthday, even though it's coming up and I want to do something. But I don't. If a day is gonna mean something for me to celebrate, it has to be like between me and like a special person or like a significant moment in my life. And like Valentine's Day is not significant to me at all. Um, no, I'll take that back. Valentine's Day is significant to me because when I was coming up in the hardcore scene, there was a local venue that would host hardcore shows, and Valentine's Day was one of the last shows they did after right before getting shut down. That's what Valentine's Day means to me.
Right. I think what's funny for me is my first ex fiance, her birthday was New Year's. So anytime that there was like a New Year's punk show, I'd call her after, towards the end of the night. Because, of course, she couldn't roll out because her whole family's racist. Nobody wants that at the shows. There's that. But,
what are you going to do?
Basically, I'd call her at the end of the night before my parents would pick me up, because I was 16. So, this relationship was on and off. But, yeah. So, for me, New Year's kind of is a bittersweet thing because I always remember her, which is unfortunate. I always remember her and almost losing my shoes at a party. Did I ever tell you that story, Sonny?
You almost lost your shoes.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Alright, so.
First of all, how tight were they tied?
Here's the best part, right?
It's like a
I was a big Seven Seal Entertainment fan at the time.
Right.
And I painted my Timberlands like this crazy, ugly, like, mint green color, and then I Sharpied on Seven Seal Entertainment on, like, the shoe part of it.
Right.
And I went to this party, and apparently I was so drunk that I thought this guy challenged me to a dance contest.
What?
And my shoes would be the consequence of me losing said dance contest.
How drunk were you?
Oh, here's the best part. I'm not a good dancer. I suck at fucking dancing. Like,
You accepted
literally
that
to
challenge?
such a point that going back to old shit, my first ex-fiance said that I had 2 left feet. So there's that.
You accepted
So
that challenge?
there's the reinforcement there for you. So, I'm thinking I'm going to, dance battle this guy. Turns out he challenged me to a drinking contest.
Oh, that's different.
And, yeah, so there's that. So I was drunk enough to think I was going to be in a dancing contest, and then he just offered me a beer to be nice. So
you danced out of your seat.
So here's the craziest thing. This guy apparently is a champion beer drinker. It's a real thing, apparently. So, not only am I about to lose my shoes to this guy,
I do it every year.
because, he's a champion beer drinker, and he thinks that we're doing the beer drinking contest.
That's when he wanted your shoes.
He wanted my shoes. I don't know why. My shoes were kind of weird.
He was a big low-key fan, or?
Here's the thing. I was personal friends with, Loke and all that back in the day.
Right.
I'd hang out, especially with Candy Creek, and I think you know her probably as Ashley from your Stitch Mouth days.
Yeah, no, I always knew her as Candy Creep, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, so Candy Creek and Loke used to date.
Right.
So that's how I knew that whole circle. I met them all on South Street in Philadelphia. It was Candy Creek, Loke, this guy named Echo, Sleepy of Temple Rain, and I think a couple other people. And we were just hanging out. Candy Creek put me on to this knowledge that I could get free cigarettes at Philadelphia with these coupons if I signed up for their mailing list. So we became fast friends, and I said, yo, you got some cool contacts. To Loke, of course, because he had the white contacts before I did. Just a little background knowledge there.
Right.
But he's got that white contact trend, and a lot of other people kind of scoop that up as their own thing. But, so there was that, and we just became really fast friends. We'd hang out. I went to school out in Bucks County, so sometimes Candy Creek would scoop me up and we'd go on adventures. I went to the mall a couple times with Loke and a couple other people, which is big because Loke is not a mall kind of person. So
Right.
He's not the kind of person that likes going out in public, so me getting him to go to the mall even twice it's kind of a big deal. But,
Now, did you ever give him a spin hug?
You know, I didn't. I should.
Oh.
I have really amazing spin hugs for people who don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think Eric G's is a spin hug kind of guy.
I don't know, exactly. I'm not gonna spin.
Yeah, I always gauge people, you know, by the level of contact that they approve of, you know?
Exactly.
And I think that's the most important part. Like, I'm the kind of person that I will take it to whatever level you approve of. There's just some people that don't like hugs. Some people don't even like half hugs. Some people you can't even quarter hug, you know?
Right.
And there's people that you just give a handshake to. Like, better understand. A handshake is key.
I'm just saying.
That is a key form of love and communication.
If we going for the hug, that means we
Right.
now if we spin, I don't know what spin hug is. You mean it's another level?
Oh, they're so, yeah.
Levels of this shit.
Levels.
Yeah.
You do some crazy shit, man. I think my most memorable misadventure with you was in Dallas.
Dallas.
When we wandered into that show next to the show that we were at.
Right, yeah. I just walked in.
It was so crazy when we realized just how under the underground we actually are.
Oh, yeah.
Because in those days in Dallas, they'd have two shows going on at once. One show was on in the lobby, then one show was on in the big room. So the big room was always like a metal band or like some like touring act. And, you know, so we'd wander off into the big room. We never got, you know, where are your tickets or anything like that. We just wandered right on in.
Yep.
Something of it. And, I thought that was pretty funny. You know, just that whole exchange there and just realizing it's like, so we're in the lobby, they're on the big stage. How do we get out the lobby?
Levels.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is that Tomcats? You were at that Tomcats show, right?
I was not at Tomcats.
Nah, you lucked out on that one because for some reason, somehow everybody in that show ended up very sweaty and smelling like fish. I don't know what happened there, but everybody smelled like fish and it was disgusting.
Oh, you know what happens at Mama's Place.
That was so very strange.
Not cool.
Nah, that was, and I didn't eat that day either. I think the only thing I ate was like a Pop-Tart and a Twix bar that melted in the vending machine in my hotel. That was a really bad idea. Especially since there was nothing open by the time I got out of there. Crazy. I don't know what I was thinking back then. But, yeah, we had some great times out in Dallas, Michigan. I mean, what's your most memorable touring experience when you were going out on your own?
So like being able to like drive to Orlando and playing shows there was just awesome. But I'd say my most memorable, which was bittersweet, was opening for Tech Nine, and that was 2 hours away in Louisville. It wasn't a big travel kind of thing, but it was one opening for Tech Nine. But it was a weird bittersweet thing because it was the best show I ever played. Like the place popped and it was packed, and then I go home after that and I have to sleep on the couch because my marriage is falling apart.
Yeah.
Wah wah.
That's how you put a hat on a hat, son.
Yep.
Oh, my man, X. So, do you have any upcoming projects you'd like to speak on, good sir?
Yeah, right now what I'm doing is just kind of testing the waters with a lot of these newer like tracks, exploring all different ranges and sounds and ideas and song concepts that I've not felt the freedom to pursue that I can kind of pursue. This is just kind of putting out a whole bunch of singles, see how things go. But after this, I have a very specific plan, a 2-album plan at least, and then I kind of keep under wraps about timelines and stuff, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to is a 2-album plan at least, And if anything happens after that, great. If not, I'm cool to quit because I'm old now and I'll be 33. And in underground years, that's pretty old unless you're like Tech 9. But yeah, but if you're like Tech 9 and you're 45, like you never age. But that's because you like make a lot of money. But if you're guys like me who don't do anything, you're a geezer. So in underground years, it's pretty old.
You have any shout outs to give, any crew members you want to give it back?
Yeah. Shout out to Matt Mars, especially. I owe him so much. Everybody used to know him as Matty Matt. He's kind of going a different little musical direction, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got going on. Shout out to you, Draco, of course. One of my long running time homies. And all that good jazz. Shout out to anybody who's actually listening to this that I told to have listened to this because it's past your bedtime probably.
Yeah.
We the late show, baby. We the late show.
I'm trying to pull back my cursing, but I'm from Philly, so sorry if I've cursed too much for your liking, good sir.
Oh, you're fine. I ain't worried about it. I'm not the one cussing.
Heck yeah. But it's always a pleasure, my brother.
Always.
Yeah, play one of our old school favorite throwback records, The Day is Game by EMC Clown Posse.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, salute, family.
Salute to you, brother, and I look forward to hearing everything that you got coming out.
Awesome, man.
Tell the people where they can find what you got going on.
XJams270 or XJams on pretty much all social media platforms except Twitter. I don't do Twitter. Twitter's dumb. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you look up XJams, you'll probably find me. Just look for the ripped off Gypsy Curse capitalized X because I'm too broke to get a professional logo made.
You're the best.
Yeah, so I'm talking about under the middle with you.
You don't ever need to explain to anybody.
But it's funnier when I do.
Right. It's better when you Deadpool it, go full meta.
Yes, exactly.
Have the walls of the fourth wall and everything.
Oh yeah, blow up the fourth wall, man.
Oh, it's the best. You ever tried dating in the fourth wall?
The fourth wall.
No.
Oh, it's the best. Try it sometime. You'll have fun.
Right.
You're a single guy now, so you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, being single.
Yes, exactly.
I expect nothing but greatness from you, sir.
You go behind that fourth wall, you be married in no time.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck with that fourth wall.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you get some sleep. It's crap, already 1:04 in the morning.
Yeah, no, well, it's only midnight here, and I've got a little leeway for my job in the morning, so.
All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by.
No, man, thank you.
Also, fun fact.
Uh-oh.
Who's giving away free wings on Valentine's Day to single people, so.
Who is?
Hooters.
Hooters. I'm not driving to Nashville for. No. They've got every Sunday endless wings at Lost River Pizza here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They're just the best. So I'm gonna do that instead of go to Hooters.
All right, well,
Let's go.
shout out to what is the name of the place?
Lost River Pizza Company.
All right, Lost River Pizza.
Lost River.
Shout out to Lost River Pizza.
You.
Yeah. All right, enjoy and have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day, everybody.
You too.
Yeah,
All right,
peace.
take care, brother.
All right, later.